Hello YouTube, it's me ShortNature here, back with a brand new video. So today's video we're going to be talking about the Festival of the Lost of 2020, which is set to release next week on October 6th of this month and ends in the next month of November 3rd of 2020. That's going to be a week before the Beyond the Light that's set to release on November 10th, and along with new consoles coming out that same week. Anyways, so we're going to be looking at some of the requirements. This is the full guide for Destiny 2 Festival of the Lost. If you guys want more information and details, I will leave this link in the description down below, and of course in the comment section if you guys want to go back for more references in the near future. So let's talk about the participation requirements. While all players are invited to participate in the Festival of the Lost, new players must first meet the following requirements. Of course, unlock the tower and achieve 770 power. Those are for people who are new to the game. But I think at this point, everybody's fairly new to Destiny 2 at this point. If you're not, these are the requirements that you need to participate in the Festival of the Lost. Now, everybody's favorite haunted forest is making its return back on October 6th. So the minimum requirement for that power level to go into the forest is going to be 750. That is the minimum recommended requirement if you guys want to go into the forest and take down some of these enemies that we like to go against: your Hive, your Fall, your Vex, and your Cabal, and so forth and so forth. So those are the requirements that you need to go into. Now, there are two different versions of the Haunted Forest. The Haunted Forest minimum requirements, the standard version of this, is feature matchmaking. It will pair players until a fire team of 3 has been assembled. PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold members are required in order for you to play on console. Now, if you're on PC, you're fine. You don't need no extra requirement to play online. You're already online. The Firewall Haunted Forest, the minimum requirement is 752. In this version of the Haunted Forest, matchmaking is disabled. Players must enter the Haunted Forest solo or with a pre-made fire team, but no additional team members will be matched into this activity. So there is one that's going to be a little bit more daunting and one that's going to be a little bit more standard. Something like we had with the Menagerie, where the Menageries, there's a standard one and then there's like a heroic version of the Menagerie, something like that. But both the recommended requirements 750. It's just that this one might be a little bit more different than the standard version. That's just the only difference. Now, next thing we need to be looking at is some of the things that are making a return back that I'm really happy to look forward to. Is the Horror Story and the Braytech Werewolf assault rifles are making its return back into the game. Those are the two assault rifles from the previous Festival of the Lost are back into this version of the Festival of the Lost of 2020. Now, I know what some of you guys are probably saying. Those are the same weapons that we had in the previous events in 2019 and 2018. Why they bringing them back? I mean, I can completely understand where some of you guys are a little like, not really happy about that, because tons of people in the community here like has been criticizing Bungie kind of like reusing the same type of weapons that we had in previous seasons, in previous events, and just reskinning them all over again. I completely understand that, but for me personally, I do not have the Horror Story or the Braytech Werewolf, so I'm gonna be definitely looking forward for that to really have. And then you have the Cipher Decoder, which is going to help you open and contain a legendary gear, random rolls of the Braytech. These are random rolls now of the Braytech Werewolf and Horror Story auto rifles, masks, and the Festival of Lost shaders. Up to five items you can open up per Haunted Forest completion. So that is really looking forward to having a loot. That's the only difference between the assault rifles compared to the other seasons. We just had, the standard rolls of those previous assault rifles that you had. This one, you can go as many times as you want. There are tons of random rolls you can definitely get for PvE purposes or PvP. So that's really good to really have this time of the month, because October is the only final push that us Destiny players can really have fun. So I think this will kind of keep us kind of busy until the month of October, until you get that nice set god roll for your assault rifles. And then moving on to the rewards from Eva, like the candy, the chocolate strange coin is making return back from the previous season. And then along with bounties, like your weekly bounties, there's gonna be 2 of them. Your daily bounties, there are gonna be 4. And of course, the additional bounties that, just like we do with the Vanguard, Gambit, of course, the Gunsmith, where they have like random bounties and stuff that we do each week, the same thing will go in effect with her. Now, as you can go and look, we have new mask. Now, if you guys do understand, Beyond the Light was been released last month in September, so that's why you're seeing Varix, the SO Stranger, Rapping Traveler mask, and Bubbling mask. Now, that's different. That you see in there, and of course, the Fracture Traveler mask. Of course, you'll see Varix and SO Stranger as part of this activity because of Beyond the Light was in September, but Beyond the Light is delayed until next month, so we will be able to get to use their mask for the Halloween event. And then with rewards, we have the Arc, we have the Solar and Void of our favorites, Cryptart that we don't really like as a mask. The Epic Mystery Grab Bag, the Mystery Grab Bag. There's two different types. During the Festival of Loss, offer players special rewards to show off their spirits for the season, which require a unique mask. The Festival of Lost mods only contribute to players' power while Festival of the Lost is active. Excuse me, I can't even read right now. And then moving on to, of course, our favorite daily thing that we like to have is our ghosts, our sparrows, and our ships that we like to showcase. And you have the Ruthless Shell, the Tomb Raider, a Sparrow, and the Rapping Speed ship. All three of them are exotic gear that you can definitely get in this month of Festival of the Lost. I think the requirement might be blue bright dust or maybe silver. I don't know. We just have to wait to see when Festival of Lost is set to release on October 6th. Then moving on to the Festival of Lost mods. Once players purchase the helmet from Eva, they can equip the mask as an ornament, apply Festival of Lost armor mods. Festival of the Lost armor mods can only equipped with that mask. Our little friend right here, this really, do we have to use him as a mask? And they are only active while in the haunted forest. So we have these three different mods that are going to be very good for you when you're inside that activity. That's only in that activity. They won't be used in other activities like your strikes, your nightmare hunts, and so forth and so forth. Those activities that we use, these mods are their sole purpose is for the haunted forest, especially the one that was mentioned about the firewall haunted forest. So these mods might come in handy for that particular activity. You can pause the video, read through the mobs that you would get during this event, and then we can go on from there. Please note about the Festival of the Lost indicates that their perks must be unlocked by defeating terrors in the haunted forest. This is not true. Perks are great for the Festival of the Lost will be active as soon as the mobs equip while players are in the haunted forest activity. So keep that in mind. Then we have the Festival of Lost Triumphs. You guys can pause the video and read through what's the requirements and triumphs that you really need. And that is pretty much it to the guide for the Festival of the Lost. I will make sure I will have the link in the description down below so you guys can check it out if you want to go back through references to see, what you missed or what the requirements that you need for this game. Or the requirements for this activity. But I think mostly this is a free activity for all players. It doesn't matter for if you don't have Shadowkeep or something like that. You don't need Shadowkeep to play these activities. These activities are free to all players. Doesn't matter if you just have the basic Destiny 2 or you have Shadowkeep as one of your DLCs. It doesn't really matter. It's free to everybody. Everybody will get to play on October 6th, and it's going to end on election day, November 3rd. So that is it for the Festival of Lost. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer them as much as I can, but I think this guy will truly answer all the questions that you guys really need. And I will catch you guys in my next post.